worst criticism came from myself.
Yeah.
Where everybody was telling me different levels of criticism.
Hmm.
The worst criticism I ever had was from myself.
What is up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Empower 610, where we...
Empowering minds, one episode at a time.
Yes, sir. What's so funny, Nyce?
I just...
I missed the giggles over here. You lose the shades, and now you miss the giggles?
Oh, you gotta chill, B. Listen, it's not my fault. It's just that while I was saying my part, I made eye contact with the owner. And I got a little nervous.
Who's the owner?
Ski Mask Shorty.
Y'all better go check out the Ski Mask Shorty skits. And y'all are going to find out who owns Empower 610. But on this episode, we talking hip-hop.
For sure.
We talking business.
For sure.
We talking horoscopes.
Horoscopes. You want to talk horoscopes?
Maybe. Maybe.
Because on the outlet, I was always getting flamed for my horoscopes. Yeah.
Hey. It's about y'all right now. Yeah, we can talk about horoscopes.
Yeah. I always showed up holding it down for the Libras.
I
I guess we got to talk horoscopes then, huh?
Exactly. So Nyce. Can you introduce our guest, please?
So I'm proud to announce we got two amazing guests here, two hustlers, two entrepreneurs, two music connoisseurs, two folks that be spitting. They be behind the scenes and sometimes on the scene, helping other people achieve their dreams. Let's go with Mello and Drama.
Let's go.
Yeah.
A round of applause. Know what I'm
I clap
saying?
for myself. You already know.
But I had to go light. But in y'all words, I'd like y'all to introduce yourselves. Tell the people a little bit about yourselves right quick for the listeners out there. And also, if I mess up, man, I don't need Ski Mask Shorty taking me off the set.
I feel you. I mean, I admire your description. That was great. You know what I mean? I can never say anything more than what you said, but it really is that. I'm Miss Mello Brigante, MC, entrepreneur, former promoter, still event planner, and future mogul. I'm trying to just make a meal.
Future mogul. I like that.
Yeah.
Something light.
Something like.
We like that.
We love that.
Yeah, and I'm a Virgo.
Yeah,
That's the hardest part of my description.
Yep, here it goes.
Yeah, here we go.
I think that's the best part of your description.
Right? Likewise.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Of
all
course,
love,
now we
bro.
do.
Of course you would say
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Virgo's in the building.
Libra's right there, though.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
October
Libras.
Libra.
I like Libras.
Yeah, you know.
you see how that horoscope just jumped right in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jump
Exactly.
topic.
Number
Sneak
one.
attack.
Topic number one.
His birthday's
Exactly.
coming up too. I'm surprised he didn't even mention
Whoa.
his sign and nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We gonna tap in.
What is your sign?
Aries.
Uh,
The judgment. Yo, y'all were so upset.
Yo.
I don't think they're going to finish this episode now.
I think, yo,
I love you too, but
we're going to have to zoom in on that reaction.
that's a whole nother interview.
You're like, it's over.
Nah,
Yeah,
I
we
got
got it.
some of my favorite people in Aries, so
okay.
we'll
we
see.
a vibe. We a vibe
Yeah, we'll see.
with the right people.
Oh,
Exactly.
Does anyone see shade in here?
Right? I'm about to get Ski Mask Shorty on it.
Oh,
Stop playing.
yo. See, my heart just, that was uncomfortable.
Exactly. You got a little skin.
I don't want to apologize. What?
Yeah.
Drama, can you give yourself an introduction as well?
right. So I am Drama 610, also a MC, entrepreneur,
Mm.
and I'm out here just trying to be a jack of all trades and get this money and just to progress and make my life and my family's life better, and helping people along the way.
That's
I
what's
hear
up.
that.
That's
I
what's
hear
up.
that. And that's important. I'm saying that's what we're all here. The essence of the show, like we said, is empowering minds, one episode at a time. We're all about that hip hop, self-improvement, empowerment of the community, culture, and I'm saying all that good stuff. So Mello, what up?
What up, though?
I gotta mess with you, right?
I know. I'm ready.
How about you tell the people about how we got connected?
Man, we got connected a long time ago. Entrepreneurship, of course. You know what I mean? Like,
You already know.
really just getting to the bag. And we happened to just get to the bag at the same time. And we really wanted to empower other artists, local artists that was in the scene. And we really just said, like, hey, listen, like, I know that you're doing the same thing that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it together because we both black. Shout out to Black History Month. I gotta say that.
Let's show.
I would have never forgiven you if you didn't put me on this month. But you know exactly what to do.
I mean,
I close it up right.
closing the loop.
I close it up right. But yeah,
You
so
right.
I mean, we definitely saw a plethora of artists out here, and
Uh-huh.
he was kind of doing the same thing that I was doing. I was throwing showcases and really putting artists where they needed to be seen. And outside of that, a lot of people don't really want to come out and support local artists. They
Yep.
really just
Yeah.
they really kind of just want to go out and party.
Yep.
So we were able to like combine that. You know what I mean? So we were able to bring people out, say, hey, listen, we're gonna have a showcase and we're gonna have a party afterwards.
For sure.
So everybody was kind of like, word, okay, we could do that. We know so and so's performing, so I'm gonna go out and support
Yep.
him or her, and then afterwards they're gonna get lit and
Yep.
enjoy the night. So
Right.
that's where we first linked up, and
Yep.
it was important for the culture out here.
Nah, it really was. I
Yeah.
mean, for me, that was telling because me moving back here from New York and I was doing events in California while I lived in New York.
Mhm.
So when I moved back here, I was kind of like just chilling,
Right.
working my job, not doing too much. And then I started to get on the scene. So, for a lot of people, they're like, yo, where the hell does this dude come from? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was random. But then that's when I really started first doing events out here was with you. I
Mhm.
wasn't doing nothing out here.
Yeah.
I was chilling.
I feel
But then it was like, we had that down to a science. And
yeah, it was.
I think that was the greatest part of it because I know when I've attended things, people would see their favorite person perform and just roll out. And we were like, nah,
Yeah.
we want people to stay, enjoy the vibe. DJ J.
Shout out to my DJ.
Shout out to DJ
Go
J.
DJ. That's
Who also
my
DJ'd
DJ.
at Empower 610 Day.
Yeah.
So
And plus,
It-
we had a screening process too. It wasn't like
yeah,
you could just get up there and spit some, horrible shit.
Yeah.
Like
word.
we had a screening process, so we wanted to be able to say we're putting the cream of the crop out here. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Because this is not something that's new. You know what I mean? I've been rapping since I was 16 out here, so it's not something that is new. So we know that these people they're seasoned, and there's people that
Yep.
are still learning.
Yeah.
But because we're seasoned and we're not necessarily still learning, we wanted to, do a nice little variety of people that were still trying to learn, but people that were seasoned so that everybody could kind of feed off of each other.
Yeah.
So I think that's the best thing about doing showcases is that you take the time to realize like you don't want anybody bored. You want people out there like, man, this person can make it.
Yep.
And that's
right.
that's the way I look at showcases. I'm not just out here like, who can rap? Inbox me. Because everybody's gonna
Yo.
inbox you. You know what I mean?
Bruh.
Everybody's gonna be like, I can rap, and they've never done nothing.
Yeah.
If y'all ever see me
I
post
want you
that,
in the
I got
building.
hacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you in the building so you can see people that have perfected their crafts or
Yep.
still perfecting it. But I don't want you to think that you're on that level yet because nobody did that for me.
yeah, word.
You know what I mean? So,
But I think even with that, it like helped the other artists who wanted to get on. We always told them like, yo, show up, see what it's about.
exactly.
And I feel like for a lot of times they were seeing the stage presence of people. Because we had a lot of folks with amazing stage presence. And they
Yeah.
would see that and they're like, oh nah, I gotta work on that. You know what I mean? So it was like
Exactly.
a not a battlegrounds per se, but it was a an opportunity to learn and network. And I feel like people just had a really good time. So that was the most important part. So
Exactly.
great times, great vibes.
Always,
Couple
always.
drinks, couple winks.
Hey, listen, a little henny, a little dark in that cup.
Something light. So
Something light, but yeah.
yeah, and you know what? It was just rough at I was trying to get you to perform at the 610 Day Joe too.
I was out of town.
I know.
I would have did it.
The
I
timing.
definitely. I love performing. Like that's just what it is. I mean, if I'm in town, I came shut it down outside.
Yeah.
My DJ was performing. Shout out DJ J. That's
Yeah,
my
For sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I have a question for you guys because both of you have been involved in the music scene, have definitely networked. How can like an artist that's just coming up, that's maybe not as seasoned, network in these circles? Like one of the tips was just like come out to those events and stuff like that. But a lot of these artists want to get put on. So how would they be able to get put on to be able to even have that opportunity?
Listen,
Listen.
I come across so many different artists.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like at this point, if it's not up to like my standard, I know that sounds kind of fucked up in a sense, but
No, yeah.
I basically I'm putting my name, I'm co-signing for you. So
Yeah.
I don't want to put no garbage next to my name. Do
Nothing
you know
wrong
what
with
I'm
that.
saying?
Facts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like if you have it, I definitely support and I will help you and
Yep.
how I can, But if you're not good, then I'm gonna have to I'll give you advice, but you're gonna have to go and have a different kind of mentor. You know, it's just like
Yeah.
people. I feel like, especially like when they're first starting out, they're like, "Oh my god, this is amazing! Like, I want to take to the next level," but they haven't even like they don't even know what like copyright is. They don't even know
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
actually have to go to a studio where you have at least good production.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And they come and they just record on their phone and they're just like, "Bro, I'm putting this on YouTube," and I'm like, "That's crazy."
Yo, that stuff drives me nuts because I remember sometimes with
That's crazy.
some of the people we didn't select to perform, and I'd hear what their audio was like. And again, I don't claim to be some like extra understanding all of that intricacy stuff,
Mhm,
but I know what good sound is.
Yeah.
So the levels sound crazy, and I'm like, if you couldn't take the time to send us something decent,
mhm.
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
have brands to maintain,
Yeah.
what
Right.
makes you think I'm gonna let you perform?
But that's what it is.
Exactly.
It's you're investing.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
if you're not going to invest in yourself, then what makes you think that I want to invest my time, which is
Exactly.
more important than anything?
Exactly.
Facts.
Exactly.
So cuz
Right.
that's more costly and they don't understand that concept yet. So it's like if
Yep.
they can't understand that then again I can't work with you just for that reason. So
Yeah, and the reason why we bring it up is because like the most recent like debate, especially on social media, and it's been a debate that's been going on in a while, is the fact that specifically in the Valley, people think that there's not that support for the local artists, and a lot of the local artists feel entitled that they should have more support than they do now. But like you said, some of the artists either don't lack the quality, lack the performance. Some of them are still rapping over a soundtrack versus actually just rapping.
Yeah.
And it's little stuff like that that really sets apart an artist and little things like that. So I don't know if you wanted to give some input on that because I know the last episode you had a couple of good points as well.
It's hard, but I do notice like, and I'm sure y'all see it too, or even get tagged in it. But I don't like that ideology that people are like support should be handed, or another one is like, oh, it's just a popularity contest out here.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
well,
Yeah.
listen,
That's
honestly,
crazy.
to a point I can co-sign that part. I do believe that. Somebody could be 100% trash and be like, "Son, that's my man's killing it." And
Yeah.
you're like, no. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to a point. But then there's when you said about entitlement
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
wild. That's wild. Because it's like you have the audacity to ask for that.
Yeah.
And I think that goes too with like longevity. Like
Yep.
at the end of the day, like that could be your man's, but is he going to last?
Yep.
So many people have been rapping, but do we hear from them now? Are they still relevant now?
Yep.
Especially in the valley I'm speaking about.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Because like you might have somebody who is really, really natural
Hmm.
and they're really good and they can
Hmm.
perform really good. And then you have somebody that has been doing it for a long time. They're not on that same level,
Hmm.
but they feel like they should be.
Yep.
Mhm.
And it's like, listen, you know what I mean? Let's not talk about how long you've been doing this.
Hmm.
Yep.
It's really about skill level.
Hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
I can't don't get mad at me because the guy that came to me that wants to perform is better than you.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
facts.
You know what I mean? Because at
Facts.
the end of the day, he's just better. He has better delivery, he has better stage presence. Like there's a lot of things that go with what we do. We're not just out here. I tell people all the time, I wasn't throwing showcases for the bread.
Nah,
Mhm.
it really wasn't.
You know what I mean? They really thought they're like, "Oh, you out here?" And I'm like, if you saw what we made after these parties, you would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like,
And then after paying
Right.
people and all
"Oh
that,
man,
like
come
That
on,
part.
it
come
wasn't. It
on."
was so much like about love, but also giving people a chance to be amplified.
Yeah, and heard. Yeah.
So
You know what I
when you
mean?
try to give them constructive criticism,
Oh.
you know, which
you
you're doing
still
that.
gotta give it. You still
Yeah, I'm
gotta
Yeah,
give
saying,
it.
nah,
Yeah,
you
you still
do.
gotta
but
give it.
but they don't take that and do something with it. They don't
Nah.
change.
That's true.
That's so frustrating
Yeah.
It
with these
is.
artists. Is
It
like,
is.
why am I wasting my breath? Because you're not gonna listen to me anyway.
Well, the thing is, and I get it. They take it personal, right? So
Yeah.
part of me understands like the emotional side of creating something. It's
Mhm.
like in your head, you feel like I did my best, right? But then I think the thing that kills me is that if if I'm actually going to give you constructive criticism, that means I care enough about you to offer it. So if I'm going to do that and you take it personal, you will never hear criticism from me so ever again, because I always say, and I say this to some people that will ask me stuff. Oh, can you give me feedback on this? I say, word feedback got fee in it.
Mhm. That's a fact.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I'd be
I
like,
like
hello.
that.
You know what I'm saying? So if
Yeah.
I care enough about you to say something about whatever off the strength that I'm donating that, right?
That's
Mhm.
facts.
I'm like, you know what? Like, this is decent. You got decent, but I feel like you need to study this, do that, think about this.
Mhm.
And the people that do their homework put in the work and it shows. Know what I'm saying? Imagine like LeBron spending no time in the gym.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be 20 years in.
Yeah.
Imagine
He was
Steph
just like,
Curry
I'm
not.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm nice. I showed up. That's it. That's all you got. That's all I got to do. I pulled
Wow.
up. That was it. That was all. I'm great.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? There's a reason why Michael
Yeah.
Jordan's sons ain't in the pros.
But you know what though?
Facts.
If you can't
Facts.
take criticism
That's a fact.
from me, you're not gonna want that criticism. Don't even go to a label.
The
Oh,
word.
yeah.
It's gonna be way
Oh,
worse
no.
than I
Yo,
am.
it's-
You
yo,
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Because I actually have respect for
You
you.
know what I'm saying?
Right?
Some
The labels
you know?
don't need to have respect
No,
for you.
they
You
don't.
know what I'm saying?
They don't
So
give a shit.
I think a lot of times for me, when I try to give feedback when it comes to the music industry, a lot of times people don't recognize what I know.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we're not all of us, we're not out here just displaying what we know every
Mhm.
5 minutes. We just
Nah.
know what we know.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like even when we talk to people about things, they're kind of like, well, what do you know? Like you didn't make it. You didn't get signed. They
Mhm.
have
Yeah.
no idea. You know what I mean? They have no idea that a lot of the things, a lot of the reasons why when I was doing it hard body, I didn't get signed for some reasons because I was smart enough to recognize that I didn't need a label.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Or
this is what we're
bad
trying to tell
deals.
you. You know what I mean? Like, and at the end of the day, experience is a teacher.
That's it.
Why do you
Right.
think we're trying to drop the gems down to you? Because we know now.
Yep.
Yeah.
That goes with outside of music and that
With
at the
everything.
same time. You know,
Mhm.
outside of music, experience is a teacher. So
Yep.
when we're trying to drop gems on the youth and other people like that, it's the same thing. You know, so
It literally goes towards like anything and everything. You know what I mean?
exactly,
I always say like the best leaders are also the best listeners.
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
So it's like me, I be loving criticism. It sounds sick. I'd be like, there's plenty of times there's stuff I worked on and I'd be like, yo, check this out. What do you think? Oh, it looks cool. I'm like, nah, I ain't want to hear that. I want
Yeah.
to I want to know everything you hate about it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Act like we not friends.
right.
Act like I'm some stranger that handing you some shit that you don't really want to deal with. I
Yeah.
said, I
Yeah.
promise you, you can't hurt my feelings. I'm
Yeah.
Teflon and I worked in sales.
Yeah.
You know
Exactly.
how many times I've been cursed out over a phone?
Oh,
And you think you got the power to hurt me when I'm getting
Exactly.
paid to do this?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
fact.
all right. Good
Yeah.
luck, Chuck.
Yeah.
Like, you can't offend me.
What was some of the best criticism you two personally have ever gotten? Like first thing to come to mind.
That's good because I was gonna ask that. He's this guy. He's a
We
thief.
on the same wavelength. You go.
You want to go?
The best criticism.
Yeah.
I would say the best criticism that I ever got was I wasn't I want to say I didn't believe in myself as much as I should have.
Mm,
Mhm.
But basically, yeah, I wasn't pushing myself hard enough because they're like drama, like you have this,
Mhm.
and I'm just about like being an MC. It was on the business end of it,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
they're like, yo, like, do you know who you are, bro? Like, do you know the power you have? Like, so I have my one friend, she said to me, she's like, drama, do you realize that you're like a hip hop broker? And I was like,
Ooh, I like that.
and I was like,
That's
whoa, whoa, whoa,
fire.
whoa, whoa. So when she's like, no, dead ass. She's like, my husband, we were talking and he was like, yo, drama does this, 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 and she does that. He's like, yo, she's a broker. That's amazing. I don't know anybody who does that. I was like,
Yeah.
bruh.
That's valid.
Yeah. So I was like, So she was like, nah, you got to keep doing it. Just keep doing it. And I was like, all right. So that's the best advice. Like as far as criticism, it
Yeah.
pushed me to
Yeah.
want to keep going harder.
And I love that you shared that with everyone because I always say this to people. I'm like, the reason why I ask for the criticism, it might sting at first,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And I may not want to receive it, but one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit there and think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'll circle back and be like, you know what? I've heard this different ways from different people. There's gotta be some type of truth for that. And trust me, I'm hard headed sometimes,
Mm.
but I don't always I don't like that. We're gonna have a conversation later.
Just keep
all right?
talking.
But I'll always circle back and be like, all right, you know what? I gotta listen. This is a time to take that advice and not think that I know what I'm talking about all the time. Because it's like I gotta receive that and then proceed with it. Because
Yeah.
otherwise it's like, how can you ever move forward if you think you're perfect?
Right.
I mean, on a Virgo standpoint, we're like, we're like this
Up, here
close.
we go.
Oh, we are perfect. So
We're gonna get into perfectionism in a little bit.
No,
We're gonna-
but
okay.
No.
we got him.
Okay. I'm like, okay.
but I do believe. No, dead ass though. We're hard. We're like the hardest on ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
you know how you say you circle
That's what I
back
was
to
gonna
think?
say. You were asking
Yeah.
my worst criticism came from myself.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like worst criticism came from myself.
Yeah.
You know, where everybody was telling me different levels of criticism.
Mhm.
The worst criticism I ever had was from myself.
Could you give us an example?
I'm not good enough.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like no matter what I was doing, you know, I would do something to a higher scale. I would get props from everybody else, but when I came home, you know what I mean, and laid down in my bed, and you know, I'm not satisfied.
Mm.
Not satisfied. I didn't think I do a good job, you know. So I had to take my own criticism
Mhm.
and say, you know, shout out to my sister, Bubs Jones. She was like, "It's not that deep."
But it is though, son. It
Exactly.
is.
I'm like, "But
though.
it is." And she's like,
Yeah,
"It's
word.
not." And then when
Yeah.
I started like, you know, recognizing that, then I recognized it's not that deep. Nothing is that deep. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what it was for me. Like I would lose sleep just thinking
Yeah.
about like, I don't think I did a good enough job.
It becomes a gift and a curse. you
Yeah,
know?
I'm
not
It's-
big
Sometimes it's hard to see that perspective. You need that outside, and it's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
at least that that was your sis
Mhm.
Yeah,
letting you
shout
know.
out sis. Hey,
So
yeah.
that's important. So and this is for either one of you, but in any of these situations, have you ever like sat with it and feel like those thoughts or feelings got in the way, and you felt like damn, I let myself down? It wasn't about anyone
Oh,
else. It's
yeah.
like, yo, I really let myself
Oh,
down.
yeah.
1,000,000%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's the worst
Yeah.
feeling ever, ain't it?
It is.
Terrible.
It really is.
It's terrible.
It really is.
And,
I
and
have
it's
to
not
say
even
that.
about being an MC. It's just like in different
Exactly.
aspects in my life where I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck,
Exactly. You're like, what?
fucked it all up.
Yeah.
Why did I do that?
Exactly.
You know?
That's I think that's a Virgo thing. But
Dead
yeah,
ass,
yeah.
though.
And other people are looking at us like, you're successful.
Yeah.
You're amazing. And we're like,
Mhm.
are we?
Am I though?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, I'm on your level of amazing. You know what I mean?
Yo,
I'm not on my
word.
level amazing
We're-
yet.
yeah,
you know?
because it's like we're on like on a different tier.
Yeah.
My thought process is here. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So if I'm not here, then I feel here. And I'm
Shout
like,
out,
Word.
shout out to that Michael Jackson documentary they just put out.
what?
Shout out to the biggest
Oh.
Virgo.
Listen.
The biggest.
Oh.
Shout out to the biggest Virgo. Because they show you how much they have to put in
Yeah.
just to have their own
Yeah,
satisfaction.
that's a fact.
Mm.
That's really what it is, because my ego's not really big. You know, I've been working on ego death for a while, but
Mm.
it's more of like what I think about myself that
Mhm.
Yep.
really, really resonates with me during the times that I'm doing anything.
Mhm.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I don't really care what anybody thinks at this point.
That's
but
facts.
that wasn't like it was before. You know,
That's
before
freedom.
I was so worried
Yeah.
about what everybody was
Mhm.
thinking before. You know, but yeah, it's freedom.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's
Yeah.
true freedom. You know what
It
I
is.
mean?
Do you feel like perfectionism is it a strength or is it sometimes inefficient?
For me, it's both. But you know, if we were looking at a balance beam, you know, I would give it more efficiency for me.
Look at that
Just
balance,
because-
Libra.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? The scales, see how I intertwine that.
Yeah,
Know what I'm
man. Yeah.
But for me, it definitely is that. I mean, I think it's more efficient for me, just
Mm.
because I can't change my way of thinking. You know what I mean? I can only change it in directionally. I can't change it from being as hard as I am on myself. I can only change it to being in the right direction and setting goals that are a little bit lower, so that I can hit them goals and keep going higher, rather than
Mm.
setting a goal that's too high right away.
Right.
And then if I don't make it right away, I'm like, oh man, I didn't make that goal.
You start learning how to manage it.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
is for me. We don't ever stop it.
Mhm.
It never
Right.
stops.
That's facts.
I'm sure you've
That's
tried to stop it.
Yeah.
but-
It doesn't work.
Stop sign? Yeah,
I
no.
mean, I
We're not
no,
doing
no.
that.
It goes
Where
straight
does that
Yeah.
exist?
This is a yield sign, buddy.
Exactly.
I might
yeah.
slow down, but I ain't
You know what I
stopping.
mean? Like
Yeah.
you can't stop it, so you have to figure out how to manage it, like you said.
You know, Big
Yeah.
Sean. How can I
And I'm
stop?
sure you do that. I mean, you're Aries. You know,
No.
you
No, yeah, I do for sure. No, my pops is a Virgo too, so like that's why.
shout out to Pops.
Top tier.
Top tier. Shout out to Pops.
So and myself, like I'm a perfectionist as well, because there's like even when I shoot videos or do certain photos, if like certain things like bother me,
Mhm.
it could be like
Oh,
1 second
yeah.
or 2 seconds. Like the client would be happy. Like the client's like, this video is amazing, and I'm like,
Eh.
Could have been better.
Nah. Yeah.
See?
So wait, no, you know what? Since we're talking about that, I gotta ask y'all because somebody's been trying to come for my neck. Shout out
Uh-oh.
Miss Bright, because this is coming from you.
Shout out Miss Brent.
Angela Yee didn't
Bright-
make the cut.
Bright
Coming at you.
hilarious.
Didn't make the.
So-
Right, hilarious.
So every now and then she'll say to me, "Oh, you're just a perfectionist. You gotta just let certain things go."
Yeah.
I personally do not feel like I'm a perfectionist because there's so many things that are like, nah, I'm gonna just put that out or I'm gonna just do this. But she claims that I am.
Okay.
So I need y'all to tell me.
I mean, you are.
I was gonna say maybe there's certain things that you are.
I feel like it depends because you have a certain level of care on certain things and a certain level of I don't give a fuck certain things.
Yeah.
See how that balance keeps coming in? That's
Yeah.
Always.
crazy.
I mean, I think that, she's with you a lot of
Yeah.
the times. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think that you might hone in on just the small things. You know what I mean? That she sees that
What-
we don't
She's
see.
a Capricorn, so I think she Cap.
Oh, she a cat.
Oh, she a Kappa.
right.
Now the picture makes sense.
Right? It's all coming into view. It's just like,
What are some of the things that you think you've been a perfectionist on or
Because when it's certain things when it comes to and you can like when we were just for example like making the logo,
mm-hmm.
right? And you showed me some and you liked it and I was like, nah, I like this. And then even when you were saying about like the number thing and I was like, nah, actually this goes good and there's the mathematics behind this and the color palette could be this because this is what the symbolism is.
Yeah.
So for that, it's like I have just this branding and psychology stuff I've studied. I can't lose what I know. So
Yeah.
it has to make sense
That's
in that regard.
that makes sense.
But there's a lot of things I'm just like, whatever. But now, like with this, like even though, and I was watching it the other day, like when we started the pod, it sounded way different. Set design was way different.
Yeah.
First episode, he's talking about, yeah, we're just gonna do this so y'all can grow with us. He runs out and goes get some stuff. Look what I got next week, and I'm like,
new
bro,
equipment, new
I thought we were growing. He was like, yeah, well,
We
I called an audible,
I was
and I was like,
That's fine.
We grew in the next episode.
Yeah.
It's a growth spurt.
but yo, growth spurt.
The next episode.
But it wasn't like, all right, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
I get it, and mind you, I love the sound of these mics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
these
not
are
arguing with this. You hear how this
every guy.
sounds?
Yeah.
This is crispy.
I still remember Eli.
Yo, Eli, we got to bring Eli back sometime.
He
That was
definitely coming back.
hilarious. He was obsessed with hearing himself.
He was like, oh.
This is how I sound? Absolutely hilarious.
That's dope.
Shout out to Eli.
Shout out to Eli.
Shout out to Eli. I don't know you, but shout out to you.
La Vida
That's it.
Cafe right across the street. Stop by
Okay,
there,
for
get
sure.
something to eat.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Friends of the pod.
Friends
Yo,
of the pod.
That's
Bars.
what's up.
Kit Kats, know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something light.
So my question for both of you as well, over the years, the music industry has evolved a lot. With now, I feel like as an artist, you have to start creating more than just music. You have to create content and things along those lines. So what are some of the things that you feel like artists should definitely be evolving? Because nowadays it's no longer just dropping a music video. It's no longer just dropping a song or dropping an album art. So what are some of the things that both of you have been implementing or thinking about testing out when it comes to the music industry?
Well, you definitely, as you yourself, if you're a serious artist, you are your business, right?
Mhm.
Facts.
So you are your brand. And so therefore, you should be coming up with either a marketing tool, like it could be anything that represents you as an artist,
Yep.
and make content from that, sell that,
Mhm.
build yourself up from that. Anything that is going to tell everybody and show everybody who you are as an artist. That's what they need to do.
I dig that.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, and I think and even just thinking about when we were talking earlier, I think something that used to just really kill me back in the day when I was consulting with artists on the marketing side. And some of them would be like, "Oh, well, you don't rap, so you don't get it." And I'm like, "Homie, I know business.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to turn this into money.
Right.
It don't matter if I ever drop a bar album in my entire life. The people that are putting your favorites on have a good job for a reason."
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Suge Knight definitely jumped him in the studio.
That's crazy.
So you ain't gonna talk to me like that. Got ski mask shorty and everything.
I was gonna say she over there like
Early. In the cut, waiting.
I
In the cut, just waiting for
Shit.
something.
Yo, I'm freaking weak. But obviously we're talking hip hop. Got to give you some tough questions.
Oh,
See what y'all think.
okay.
I don't know.
You don't know? I didn't even ask the question yet. That's
So I'm already letting you know. I don't
Declaration.
know.
I don't really know.
Yes, it.
Well, before I go to the personal question, I get to give you the surface question.
Okay.
So, comes to hip hop. You had to get rid of one artist and their catalog right now. Who would it be? Out of Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, or Pac? The sound of stress.
Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, Pac.
Ski Mask, support me on this.
I mean, do I have to pick one?
Yes. Yo.
That's not a hip hop answer anyway. So let me make that declaration that this is a setup.
Yes.
Shout out to Ski Mask Shorty. It really is a setup. I'm sure you're very familiar with those.
I was gonna say
This is a setup. You don't win no matter what you say.
Nah.
So
She told
for
me I had
me,
to ask.
and the catalogs, just for what I've tapped into, I gotta go with Pac.
Oof. All eyes on me. Goodbye.
That's just from where I'm tapped into. So R.I.P. Pac, man. I apologize, dog.
Hey,
Still Machiavelli all day, but
I dig it.
yeah.
Where you going with
Drama? What
I
up?
had to make that declaration. I don't want to go to sleep at night. Pac show up in my dreams. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, or Ski Mask Shorty show up because you didn't answer.
Listen.
You know what? Son, I'm gonna have to say Jay-Z, dog.
Woo!
And I'm gonna tell you this.
No, ain't no disclaimers. I didn't get a disclaimer.
Hold up.
You know what I mean? Jake is showing up in your dreams tonight.
We got him. Ski Mask Shorty approved.
Yeah.
Listen, dead ass.
Dang.
And I had every Jay-Z album, every single one that came out, I copped. But it's just if I'm putting them all together, it'd have to be him because I feel like Nas, you wilding right now.
Yeah, no,
That's
no,
Nas.
Nas,
What?
Nas, man.
Yeah.
Biggie, what? Like
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, are y'all going to answer this or what?
We're the ones who asked those
Oh,
questions.
whatever.
You see that? That's that Libra shit.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Virgos, we transparent, so
You
we
know
say
what I
what it
mean?
is. It's Pac.
Be the
You know what I'm
real.
saying? We
Nope.
let them know what it is.
The footage will show you was tap dancing like Sam and them for that answer.
Wow.
I think I was contemplating. I don't know about tap
Oh,
dancing, but,
all right. Refine.
I like the Libra words you use, but I'll use contemplating because I have to listen to, when you put them all in the category, who would I listen to the most?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? So shout out to my cousin Giuliano. He used to play Can I Live? Reasonable Doubt every morning. I hope he can see me back to back.
Yo.
Every morning from like 7 o'clock in the morning to noon every day, just back to back to back to back to back. So, Reasonable Doubt was like stuck in my head. Like, and when I listen to Pac, it's a few songs that stand out. Dear Mama is like close to me.
Sheesh.
Shout out to my mama, man. She a
You know
gangster.
what I mean?
So,
She a gangster for real.
yeah, she a gangster.
I want no smoke with her neither.
No,
Nope. Shout out to Mama Love, yo.
Listen, you know how I go.
Yeah.
So now that I got the tough question out the way, Mello, I know on my end, being behind the scenes and having some involvement with the hip hop awards that just
Oh.
went down in the fall as a board member for Movement Moves Media. Shout out to everyone on the board and my
Shout
guy
out.
Mike Frisetto. For one, I was, super hyped, knowing you were gonna perform, but I knew like it was a surprise for a lot of people.
It was.
So how did that feel for you? Because I know we talked a little bit, during that process, and I was hyped to see you on the stage again.
I was
because it's
hyped.
been a while.
Yeah, I mean, I was hyped myself. I mean, I did not expect to win. I'll put it like that. I thought I was in the wrong category. I'll put it like that. I like transparency. So
Yeah,
I really thought I should have been in like the mogul category or the person that, really set the stage for a lot of people. You know what I mean? I've been doing this since 16. I've been rapping, I've been promoting since 05. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I've been doing this for a long time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? This is not something that a lot of females can say they did.
Yeah.
You know what I
Word.
mean? Shout out to Hurricane G, R.I.P.
I mean,
Word.
Baby girl. You know what I'm
R.I.P.
saying? But outside of like her and stuff like that, like when I was like rapping, nobody was rapping.
Yeah.
Nobody was
Facts.
rapping. I was in the acres, I was in these studios where there was no other females there. You know what I mean? So I came up with, RPA Shala and,
Mm-hmm.
JB the Mike Assassin and you know what I mean? Like I came up with people that was just really, really in the trenches rapping.
Word.
You know what I mean? So everybody in the trenches knows me
Yeah.
because I
Word.
was in there.
Yep.
I was
Outside.
nervous, but the first time I recorded was in the acres.
Yeah.
Shout out to the
Word.
Strax. I know your real name, but I ain't gonna say your real name out here.
I mean,
But yeah, so shout out to Ryan. Ryan's the first guy to put me in the studio. So I felt like I was in the wrong category, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Because I haven't put anything out.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, of course I can't win best female rap artist
mhm,
because I don't have any material.
mhm,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
mhm.
am I still the best in my opinion? Yeah.
Of course. Of course. And
Shout
I
out to
Hey,
Snoop Lover. That's my favorite female MC out here.
shout out to
But
Snoop.
Snoop likes. Yeah.
yeah, shout out to Snoop. But yeah, I think that the first thing was like I was in the wrong category. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Shout out to
Yeah.
Mike
Yeah. Of
Falsetto
course.
because listen, I feel like you were very, catapult to that, getting me involved in that. And shout out to you, mentioned me in your speech, but the performance, that was a whole nother level.
Yeah.
You ain't
Nah, it
gonna,
was.
you ain't gonna touch me on that stage. You know what I'm saying? So I made sure
Stage
that
presence.
I pulled up with my mom and my pops. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I mean?
mean,
So
Yeah. I was
that was
hyped to
on
see them.
purpose.
I was hyped to see them.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna shut this stage down so everybody knows the bar is set.
mhm.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I do that every time I perform.
And I know
Good.
Lewis, he was hyped because I was like, yo, this Mello who I was telling you about, and
Yeah.
she's gonna perform. You're in for a good show. And then he saw it, he goes, yo, she's fucking nice. I was like, yo, I tried to
Nah,
tell
word.
you. But
Exactly.
he literally came up to me. He's like, yo, she's fucking nice.
That's
Like,
what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
so
Yeah.
I just thought that was dope because again, like, obviously I've known you for how
Oh
long.
my
And
god.
so, he
Yeah.
didn't know, but I think that was like just a beautiful moment, like regardless. And I just thought it was just a beautiful moment for the Valley because
Yeah.
how many times have people complained about like different award things or complained about the LV
Yeah.
Mays and then not enough like action has really happened. And then now we finally got it. And the event
It was
it was just
great.
an amazing
Yeah, it was
event.
great. I mean, there's a lot of things that, I think could be tweaked, for
Yep.
next time and stuff like that. But, it was hip hop 50. So there was a lot of
Yep.
things, I felt were probably missing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's only because, like I said, I came from the trenches. So a lot of the people that really set hip hop off in the valley, they weren't mentioned. So that's,
Yeah.
Mm.
so
Yeah.
that's me being transparent. I
Yeah.
can't come on this show and not say that there were so many people that, outside of the whole beatboxing and everything like that, we had to tap into the hood. We had to
Yeah.
tap into people that made it possible for me to rap, made it possible for
Word.
for Don Dollars and the J Buckses and
Yep.
the old heads, RIP.
Mhm.
And you know what I'm saying? Like we really stepped up. You know
Yep.
what I mean? We stepped up. We didn't get signed and we didn't have deals and stuff like that because we was making money on other ways.
Word.
It's the
Right.
truth. You know what I mean? We wasn't really worried about signing and getting deals. We was getting deals thrown at us from janky people. This when we I mean, I listened to the Tribe
Janky.
Called Quest story. I was like,
Yo.
oh, you not getting me like that.
Yeah,
No, you
word.
know what I mean? So like a lot of people never did their research on hip hop. I did.
And that's the good thing because again, with critique, when I've seen people critiquing the event, I loved it because I'm like, well, it's the first one. It's never perfect. You never find nothing
Exactly.
perfect. So I'd be like, everybody that I talked to, I listened to this critique, took notes, told people, and I'm like, yo, it's only going to get
Yeah.
better.
Word. Yeah.
Know
That's
what
what
I'm
I said.
saying?
Everybody was like, yo, like nobody was expecting for it to be as good as it was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
what it
yeah.
was. I mean, it was professional,
Yep.
great venue, like all the things that you wanted to talk about, you couldn't because it was there.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
it
mean?
really
Like
was.
it
Yeah.
was there.
Shout out
So
to Angel Hitman. Like
shout out
he
to
put
him,
in
Yeah.
man.
Shout out to
he
him.
put in so much work
Yeah, I've been on him
on
for a long time.
all the videos for the event, and I saw. I'm like, yo, my man was a whole workhorse for that.
Yeah.
But I thought it was dope because he's very passionate. And he's been
Oh
passionate
my
for
God.
years about the culture.
Yeah, the
Facts.
He's an
graphics.
MC. He's been shooting videos.
The graphics when they were announcing like the nominees and
Oh,
the
that was
winners, that
great.
was a whole
That was
nother
great.
level
Yeah,
too.
That was
it was
great.
it was great. And so
Shout out to
that
Menace. You know what I'm
Menace,
saying?
yeah, I
You
was
know,
hyped to see my guy up there.
yeah, yeah, that was
Mhm.
dope. I mean, he's part of the culture. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He been out here. You know what I'm
embedded.
saying? So
Mhm.
So drama and coming back to you because I remember when I attended the LVMAs and you got an award there, and so obviously you've been you know spitting, making music, doing a lot of the business stuff, and then fast forward, you're at the hip hop awards, and then you're repping for your squad on the business side and everything else. So what was that like for you, coming from MC, being involved in the award show all the time, and then now this?
All right, before I even get into that, I just want to say that there are very few female MCs in this area,
That's
period.
facts.
Right? So I've always spoken very highly of you and said
Likewise.
how I fuck with you heavy.
Yeah.
I was like, I love Mello, dog.
Yeah,
I was like, I respect her. And I was like, son, she fire. You know what I'm saying?
I
So I
appreciate
just
that.
need you to know that,
I
son.
appreciate
That's
that.
love.
Likewise. I
Word,
mean,
dog. You know what I
everybody
mean?
know we cool. That's why when he hit me up, like I was like, yo, what's make it happen? You know,
That's
I don't really like interviews, but
yep.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all good.
yeah, when he says like, you and Mello, I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's my
word.
dog, yo. You know what I mean?
And I was like, nah, I feel like it'd just be a great dialogue. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, there's a lot of history in this room. So I feel like even for the listeners, and I'm glad you like took it back, because
Mhm.
obviously I know that, but like there's a lot of people that don't
Oh yeah, they don't
realize
know that.
that.
Yeah, they don't
So
know
I
that.
feel like that's super important for people to just
It
know.
is.
Yeah. So when I didn't even know you were there. So when you
I
came
didn't know
on,
you were there either.
son, I was like,
Because when I came in, like they sat like the table that was right there, I was like, okay, I'm sitting here. Like I didn't
Yeah.
see anyone.
so you when I seen you come out and you start spitting, I was like, they look at me crazy, and I was just in my own lane, son, just like, yeah, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
get that shit. So I was proud.
Yeah, I was happy
You know what
that
I mean?
your artist won the award, and when you came
Yep.
up, like your speech was so you articulated it so well. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I mean? It
agree.
was like,
Appreciate that.
you know what I mean? I was like, yo, that's dope because that's what we need. When we want somebody to represent us,
Yep.
that's how we want them to represent us.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, damn,
I
you
felt
did a
that.
good job on that. Like I was
Thank
like,
you.
some people
Appreciate
were
that.
fumbling over their words and da da da, and
Yeah,
I was
word.
like, Nice, he's used to talking, so
Yo, don't do
I
that.
wasn't surprised. I wasn't
Don't do that.
surprised that his speech was really good. I was like,
Don't do that.
He's, used to talking. He's
I-
good at it. You know?
I never did that in public in my life.
Really?
I teach class. I don't be.
That's the same
I
thing.
mean-
Wait, that was a whole poem I
you
wrote.
were just really good,
and I shared it in
Okay.
front of a room full of people
Fine.
that I don't know.
and I'm giving you.
I was
props.
scared.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I still looked at him like a big brother, like he annoys me.
Yeah. She's about to be the only one. Tomato.
Exactly.
Thank God I got
I was
this
like, I love him,
burgundy
but
hoodie
he
on.
annoys me. You know what I mean? But
Get on
I
my
knew he was
nerve.
gonna do such a good job, and he did. And I was like, man, like, and it's funny because my dad was like trying to go out to his car, so I'm like on my phone, and he's like, he called me out. He was like, I'm talking to Mello. She's on her phone. I'm like,
Yo.
but yeah, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No,
I just
it's
wanted
all
to tell you
good,
that your
son.
speech was really good.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I agree.
I appreciate that. No, it's the transition is crazy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
seeing I like being able to see both sides of the spectrum, you know what I'm saying? But the growth, I was able to take that
Yeah.
and see the artists that I deal with now.
Yeah.
And not want to say compare, but it's just like, damn, son, like I'm really doing this shit. Like how you say you started, you know what I'm saying? Mad Young 16, we on the same page.
Oh man,
I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, outside
Yeah.
doing my shit. But I was at house parties doing this shit,
yeah,
trying to build myself
likewise.
before I had, you know what I'm saying, the guts to go out and be like, all right, I'm gonna really do this shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
So it's like winning those awards, like we weren't expecting that shit. Cause on my sister, me and KO was like, son, let's just put some shit together, bruh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just for
Yeah.
fun, just to see, you
Shout
know?
out to KO.
Yo, dead ass,
Yeah.
KO. That's my man's.
Yeah,
Shout out to KO.
So, man, we knew people were gonna talk shit because they're like, here come these crackers. What the fuck they gotta talk about?
Hell,
They talk-
I'm weak.
So I'm like, fuck it. And we go out there, yo, and it's just, I don't know, we were just having fun. It was
Yeah.
a vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't really actually think people were gonna fuck with it, you know what I'm saying? And then here come the house, here come the guests, and
Here
they're
come the
like,
promoters
oh my
because
God.
I came through and I heard about y'all, and I was like, listen, I want y'all on the show.
You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
like,
So,
word, you know
yeah.
what I mean? It just started. It started rolling, and I was like, all right. Once we got the award and shit, and I was like, Kevin, I was like, I really think we could do something if we like push ourselves. He's like, hell yeah, we gonna do that shit. We did that shit, and then he got locked up.
Mm,
Oh,
So then here we were. But you know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason.
that's
You know what I'm
fact.
saying?
that's
So
true.
he never stopped, and I never stopped. But life is there,
Yeah, word.
and we were meant to progress in different ways.
Yep.
So time went on when I decided, like, you know what? Now, musically, I grew up in a very musical family.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of my family members are singers, right? So it was like just it's in the blood. You know what I mean? You got that musician, you got it in you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, my mom, she really encouraged me, like, John, you should do this, you should that. Start dealing with the other artists. I was like, all right. So little by little, I would say Red, shout out to Red McFly.
Shout out to Fly.
I was like, yo, he taking this shit serious. You know what I mean? So when he was like saying like, yo, I'm looking for management, whatever, I was like, son, you know what? I'm gonna help you. I'll join with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So here we are. I went from Red as being like my top, and at the event when I was shouting out 0610,
Yeah.
he's a fire producer. He does his own shit. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
top.
That's
He
fine.
writes his own music.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he got bars, bro. Like he don't get enough recognition for his work. So it was like, even though I know Red won, you know what I'm saying, and he deserved that,
Yeah.
Avi. But for Zach, I was like, damn, Zero really does that thing. So let me give
Yeah.
him his credit too, man. Because
And I love that.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Like,
It's
you
a
got that
team thing, bro.
platform, and you can have a victory lap, but you're also choosing to shine light on someone else that you know is deserving as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that type of stuff is like, that's why I was so happy about that event. Cause I was like, yo, it was just between like our event in the summer with Empower 610 Day. And I'm like, yo, this is actually like one of the best events I feel like I've ever done. And I'm like proud to say I produced it because it's something that I'm like, I always want to do something in that park. But like to see all the artists there, to support other artists.
Mhm.
I know you and I have a really good conversation
Mhm.
out there talking about stuff we wanted to do, in the
Mhm.
future. So now we're here.
Right.
And it was like, wow, I'm not used to this. I thought it was great. And then the award show happened, and it's just hearing the speeches and hearing your speech, and just people were just being really honest, open, and truthful. So I was like, this is like that shit was giving me life, to be honest. I was giving just
Yeah.
it was inspirational, you know what I'm saying? Then Mello want to come out with all this energy. I said, okay.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I mean,
Shit.
So I know, and I was meaning to
and
text.
then they
you
had the
about
nerve
that.
to have me lose before I performed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, y'all set it off.
Wow.
Y'all set it off now.
Wow. I didn't even look at it like that.
You know what I
That's
mean?
crazy.
When the MJ mode, and I took that personally.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
I do.
Shout out to Badu. But yeah, that's, so I'm like, I lost. Now you want me to go on the stage? Cool. Let's
Wild.
make it happen. Shout out to everybody that was on the stage with me too. Everybody shut that down, man.
Dead ass.
Yeah.
Sticky Money, that's my guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Macville,
Sticky.
one of my
Macville.
favorites out
Yeah.
here. And,
Right.
all these rappers that are out here right now, they're not just rapping. They're literally entrepreneuring as well. And
Word.
it's really big. Like
Yeah, it's all just evolved in such a really dope way. I
Yeah,
gotta say, it really
yeah.
has. You know what? That reminds me, we got to get Ted over here at some point. When we saw Ted in the park, and we were gonna do a tiny mic talk with him.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna come right back. I'm gonna come right
Yeah,
back.
I
He didn't
remember
come
that.
back.
Yeah.
I remember
He didn't
that.
come back, did he?
Yeah, nah.
He didn't come
We,
back.
I mean, we exchanged numbers again, cause him and I used to chat quite a bit back in the day. But he's like, yeah, just hit me up, just hit me up. So I'm all right. So I messed with him online every night. I said, Ted, I'm still waiting for that talk, buddy.
We're still we're still waiting at the park.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm still at the Heritage, man. Ted, you never came back, bro.
He's still gonna be like, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Just wait for me.
Yeah.
That's fact.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Right? Exactly. I told you I'll be right back. Just wait for me.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fact.
Nah, funny, but
Yeah.
that was a
I
great,
appreciate the
great
flowers that you brought for me too, man. I appreciate that.
Facts.
I even told you,
had
but
to.
I gotta make it on the live so everybody can.
time.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I appreciate it.
of course that. It's,
Yeah.
it's all love. I like giving people their flowers.
That's-
I don't
as
know.
you
I don't know
should.
how I got like that. Maybe it's my mom, but it's just like, nah, man.
I
Sometimes
give flowers
people,
too to the wrong bitch. Oh, sorry. Just kidding.
Yo,
Had to throw that in there.
That's hilarious.
That's a whole nother interview, Lou.
Yeah.
The whole nother interview,
Word. He's like, wait, I got questions.
Right? Exactly.
Word.
he hasn't
Tap
said much.
in, tap
He ain't
in.
said much than he had that moment earlier, though.
I know.
Right back.
He good. He gonna cut that out.
100%.
That moment never happened. I don't know what
Exactly.
Yeah, see?
He's like, what moment? True Aries.
That's a fact.
You're not the human torch. You're just the human gaslighter.
Pretty
Got
much.
Hey man,
Ooh.
at least I'm lit.
it. Fantastic Four,
What?
huh?
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Yo.
You not lit.
That was an Aries comeback if I ever heard one before.
Like that's why you ain't said nothing in a while. He
Exactly.
been
He
sipping.
been waiting for that. He been waiting for that comeback.
Turn down your own lit.
Exactly. That's
Turned
great.
off his own flame. That's
That's great.
crazy.
So,
Wow.
so
Flame
one of
off.
one of the questions that we always ask all our guests here is, now that we talked about like perfectionism and how you guys are really hard on your craft and everything that you learned, if you met yourself in an elevator and it's yourself like from 10 years ago, what would you say to yourself?
How many years ago?
Like 10 years ago.
A
10 years ago?
decade.
Yeah. What would you say to yourself?
Um, there's a lot. I mean, how many words am I?
You're going up.
I'm a talker. So
You're
if
going
I
up.
met myself, we'd be still be in the elevator.
I
We'd
mean-
still be-
You're going up 5 floors.
yeah, but okay, I'm about to say we still be talking.
Like, how big is this building?
Exactly.
We might go up, come
That's
down,
the
and go up
first-
again.
That's the first thing I would say is, are you claustrophobic?
Yeah.
No.
That ass. That ass.
See, we're
In
those
that-
type of people,
Yeah.
So for me, I would probably say I hate the whole "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" question. No, the minute somebody says that to me, I don't talk to them anymore. Because we don't know. You know what I mean? So that's a dumb question. But anyway, I would probably say keep going. Use this elevator as a example of your life. You know what I mean? Like, just keep going to the top. There's really no ceilings. Um, I would also say to myself, keep inspiring.
Mm.
I think inspiration is like huge, no matter what level you're on. I think that we all need to keep inspiring whatever child we can inspire. I think that kids are the purest form of an individual. I think that we need to find more kids and more people that are young and inspire them to be better than they think they could be.
That's facts. That's how we got here. I kept
So-
inspiring my kid.
Yeah. I would say thank the people that do things for you. Be grateful. I would probably just talk to myself the same way I would talk to anybody else. Like,
I hear that.
to be honest, like,
Word.
being grateful is very important. I think that some people
Yeah.
get away from that, and forgiveness is very important. So
Hey,
give the people that did you
That's a
wrong,
hack.
turn that hurt into gasoline and keep powering it through your life. You know what I'm saying? One thing I hate is when somebody has done something wrong to somebody and they turn themselves into a bad person because
Yeah,
of that.
word.
That is the biggest thing that I would advocate for the rest of my life. Stop letting these people and this heartbreak make you different. If anything,
Word.
love harder. Just find the
Yeah.
right people to love this time.
Word.
That's true.
I always
I'm
say,
never gonna stop giving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stop giving to the wrong people.
People. That's
Yep.
it.
I have to have a
Yeah.
little bit of discretion now
Mhm.
of who I'm giving to. You know what I mean? Because givers are never gonna stop being givers. We can try all we want,
Mm-hmm.
but we're
Yeah.
always gonna be givers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to do a little bit of push-ups, workouts to realize that we were given to the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? So
Word.
that's what I would say to myself.
I always say, change the world. Don't let the world change you.
Exactly. Same thing.
Yep.
Same exact thing.
Drama.
But then the Virgo in me is like, get away from me, peasant.
No, but that's what it is though. But that's what
Yeah.
it is though. You literally say I'm weeding and seeding who I'm gonna give
That's
to.
it.
You
Yep.
ain't never stopped being a
Yeah,
giving
man.
person.
Yep.
You just said I'm not giving to these peasants.
That's
Yeah.
it.
You
Bye,
know what I mean?
Felicia.
Like, go on over here because you're not getting any of this wealth.
You imagine going into an
The
elevator.
power of the peasants, bruh. That's
future.
crazy. Peasants unite.
Them peasants come around. You know what I'm saying? They say
You imagine.
takers. They say what they say about takers. They have no boundaries, right?
No, they definitely don't.
Always
You know
taking.
that.
You imagine you met your future self and they're like, your future self's like, get away from me, peasant.
I know. I'm like, I would look just like that. That's what you saying.
No, you
changed
didn't.
you? Who
Right? No, you
changed you?
didn't. You know what I'm saying?
I know you fucking lying.
Exactly. I'm your past self.
Yo.
Yeah, and then she'd be like, past peasant.
That's why I'm past peasant.
Raggedy bitch.
Fuck on. I'm like, whoa, whoa,
Your
whoa.
raggedy ass off my elevator.
You know what? And then when I get off, I'd be happy.
Yo, that ass like, yeah.
Shortest elevator.
Oh, she
ride.
made it.
Floor 2.
That motherfucker did it.
That motherfucker did it. She
That's
listened
it.
to everything I said.
That's it.
We did it, Mello.
We
Yeah.
did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All
That's
peasants to the basement.
facts. Listen, that's what I was gonna say. If I was gonna say something to myself, it would have been like, "Yo, it's gonna be worth it in the end."
For sure.
Word.
That's would have been. That would have been it. That's
right.
it. Probably would have been like, "What the fuck you talking about? You gonna see?"
Damn.
You know what I mean?
That's good. I like that. a lot.
Yeah, because that plant that seed, like that would leave your other version like, what the fuck were you talking about?
Right.
Bro. From the time, got my fast forward. Just from the time that we won those
Yeah.
awards, from those couple years till now,
Yeah.
bro, the shit that I've been through,
It was about 10 years, wasn't it?
bro.
Was it about 10
That's how it
years?
go.
And I was like,
It's close to
son,
it.
you gotta
Yeah.
be kidding me, bro.
That
But
shit's
here we are.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Word.
Alive and thriving.
Any upcoming projects, events, or anything that you would like to announce?
Gang.
You stupid. Me and Nyce got something we working on.
Are you on his mixtape?
Nah, I'm on his
He ju-
album.
I was gonna say you just reduced my project to a mixtape.
Mixtape.
But you also got a
I was
mixtape
thinking
coming.
that. I was like, is it an album?
Yes, definitely an album.
I was just making sure you.
Oh,
I'm
you
tapped
quit.
in.
Oh, is it?
Listen,
He's gonna
pop
delete
quiz.
that.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for the studio time.
We got him.
You're just gonna see a cut right in the middle.
Yep. Get
Yo.
it cut out, redacted.
I'm like, what happened when he asked that? It's cut.
Yeah.
He said he cut it down from a
Like-
album to a mixtape. I literally was like, "Yo, Mello, we should do a mixtape."
Word.
Yo,
No one man should have all that power.
Exactly.
I'm pulling up to your computer tonight.
You got it though. Drop that shit tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
But yeah,
the first song we're doing, just know, is gonna be called "Peasantry."
okay. I got a lot of things in the works as far as like,
Yo.
musically. Like I said, I'm doing something with Nyce.
Hey.
You know what I
Show.
mean? Shout out to Hank
Yeah.
Tate. We got something popping.
That
I mean,
show. That's my
um,
guy.
We had something in the works. We're still gonna try to figure that out.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out.
But as far as musically, you know what I mean? As far as everything else, I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm constantly hustling. I'm Jigga. I got a million ways to get it, so I'm,
Hey.
I'm
Hey, I'm
constantly
hustling,
working. Yeah,
hustling.
I like to work in silence and then pop up.
That's
Where can they follow you?
Virgo shit.
Oh, Brigante 610 on Instagram.
Gang.
Miss Mello Brigante, YouTube, all that. You
sure.
can watch some previous shows from my outlet radio show.
That show.
Hey.
Outlet Radio FM 610. Shout out my DJ J.
You.
My
JB
guy.
1200. You can follow him on Twitch and all that. He's on probably 5 days out of the week.
Yeah, word. He's
Yeah.
consistent.
Shout out to Lady D.
Yeah.
Yeah, just shout out to the vets. You know what I mean? I like
Shout out to
Word.
the
'Cause
vets.
the vets, we still doing things. You know what I mean? Like, not to knock everybody that's not, the youngins and all that, but the vets, we still working. You know what I'm saying? So, and shout out Don Dollar. He got a new mixtape coming through. So,
For sure.
Hey.
Yeah, the
Yes,
stuff he's
too.
been dropping.
yeah, that's my guy.
Been heat.
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
Yeah, drama any.
Right now, it's more of the artists that I work with who have projects that are dropping and
Okay.
or are touring. Shout out to Red McFly. You know what I mean? Shout out to my Chicago artist, KB Nini. You know what I'm saying? She fire, son. If you ain't heard her yet, man. She definitely, she doing her thing over there in Chicago. She holding it down.
Shout out.
You know what I mean? And we got Ali, and I have a few others. Can't say nothing yet. And there's something else that I'm working on that's big, but I signed an NDA, so we can't talk about that yet. But y'all definitely gonna be seeing that shit when it come.
Woo!
But
That's
y'all can
what's up.
follow me on Instagram, Drama610, TikTok, The Real Drama610.
Gang.
Or you know what I mean? On Facebook, Nicole Chosen Ones, Mikesel. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But yeah, that's what we doing, man.
Hashtag don't be a peasant.
Nah, yeah.
Don't be a
yeah.
peasant.
Yeah, definitely don't be a peasant, bro.
No peasant gang.
Yeah, no peasantry, bro. But I'm working with actually some other bigger artists. So if anybody's looking for bookings, everything's on my page. So
I hear that.
Word.
just hit me up. You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
So, are you gonna do a feature on my album too, or are you just gonna get me booked?
I mean, we could do both.
I was about to say,
Gang.
What?
Yo, the feature list is getting real
I know,
crazy.
I'm like, this album is gonna be really big.
Fire.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a double album. Now, I think she's just announced that it's gonna be a double album.
Double album. I feel like I've made the best album covers in the valley.
I agree.
I got like 27 of them
You
joints.
got, you got like the Lord
That's
of the
crazy.
Rings of the albums.
And yours-
One on the porch was my
Yo.
favorite. Though. I was like,
Y'all was I was literally just looking at that picture
That was
like
that
when
was
before
hard.
you walked in
That
because
was
I was
hard.
like it showed up on my 1 year ago memories. I was like, yo, that was really a fire
Yeah, that was
ass
hard.
picture.
That was hard.
My
I
girl
want to
shot
shout
that
out my
pic.
pops. You know, we are working on a documentary for him.
Hey.
Yes.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Pops.
so, yeah, I'm doing a lot of different things like that. So
As you should.
Staying in the mix.
yeah, you
Pun
know,
intended.
exactly.
See what I did there?
You know what I mean?
Aha.
Mhm.
Behind the mics.
In the mix.
Aha.
Behind the mic.
Only
Friday
the real
Night
know.
Live. No,
It's-
Yeah.
Yo.
So we have one
Yeah.
final question.
Oh.
Why should
Another
people?
final question? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Why should people subscribe to Empower 610?
Oh, because this is something that's going to empower you. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're looking for any type of resources for where you should be, this is definitely some platform that you can get a lot of information from. Um, it's Lehigh Valley bred and owned, and this is what we do.
Gang.
I mean, there's really no other place. Empower 610, this is where it's at. You
For
know what I mean?
sure.
This is all the blood, sweat, and tears. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Like you can, people can open up something, but then you say to them, "Where's your resume? What have you done?"
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, so I can speak for the resume that's here.
Literally.
Mad
So,
free
yeah.
game on these episodes.
That's what I'm saying.
I was gonna say
So,
free gems.
Yeah,
That's
tap
it.
in.
What you
Hey.
mean?
Tap in. I mean, you have no other choice. What are you watching?
That's it.
Things that are not empowering you. You got two choices.
Empowerment or pushing peasant.
Exactly.
I was just gonna say
Exactly.
pushing P
You want
turned
to
to
be
pushing
empowered or
peasant.
you want to be a peasant?
The last thing you said before that, I felt the peasant was silent. I was just like, "Yep, it's coming," and then
No,
boom.
See, I was
like-
subliminally saying peasant.
Yeah, I
and then
mean-
that's
That's
why.
That's-
Mello
That's why
threw
we
the
work together
alley-oop.
well. Yeah, yeah.
And Drama was like, "Nah, I'm dunking that."
Yeah. Peasant.
Nah.
Dunking that hoe.
Virgo shit. We work together.
Exactly.
Yeah, word.
Hey.
That's fucking hilarious.
But I don't, that's what you want to say, peasants?
That's it.
That's it.
I
Don't be a
said-
peasant.
Don't be a peasant.
Yeah.
Don't
I
be a
mean,
peasant.
dropping gems. You know what I'm saying? This is a really great vibe.
Yeah.
I really love it.
And I don't do
Honestly.
interviews like that. So at the end of the day,
Thanks.
for me to tap in with my bro.
No, we don't do interviews either. It's a conversation.
Oh, I don't do conversations either.
We don't do conversations. It's a vibe.
Unless we're driving to New York, listening to a new album.
come
Exactly. Those are the type of things that I like to do.
Yeah,
You know what
man.
I
Long
mean?
drives and loud
Pick me up.
music. Yep, we out.
Take me OT and
That's it.
let's talk business and vibes and
Word.
so
That's it.
I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
I really do.
Thank you so much for
Appreciate
coming.
y'all.
So, guys, for more gems, make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast and stay tuned to the movement. Power 610.
Or Ski Mask Shorty gonna get you.
Let's-